What is up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to Geass, this time with奪還のRoze, episode 6. Halfway through the season now. I've enjoyed it. It's been fun. It's definitely not been as good as the original season, which you got, again, will be the obvious comparison and a very tough comparison. It's a very hard thing to live up to, but I've enjoyed it so far. Last episode was quite the twist as well, with the Damocles actually being used as a, as a bomb itself, I think. They're actually always planning on exploding that with, I'm not sure if they always planned on exploding the guy with the terrible hairline in it as well, but yeah, they're focusing on kind of using that as a distraction, then actually just like saying, fuck it, you guys can have the Damocles and we'll explode it with you. So yeah, as we see right here. Not sure how we're going to sort this one out, but look forward to seeing it. Do let me know what you guys think about this episode though down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys would like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. See, like scenes like that, the animation looks really nice, doesn't it? For sure. Things like that is like, it may seem like small, like it was only shown for a couple seconds, but you get that wrong, it looks like absolute shit. And I've seen that. Like, Suicide Squad, for example, this season doesn't look fantastic. A lot of the running / movement in that show does not look great. I guess it's kind of good to see the Damocles actually kind of going down now, isn't it? Someone did mention in the comment section last week about it's a shame that they're using the Damocles like this, and it is, because this was such a big part of the ending of the original series. It's a little sad to see it like this, but it's also happy to see it like this. It's a bit of a duality. Oh, I guess that ended okay, didn't it? We'll just have to mute quickly. Hopefully I remember to turn the sound back on. Oh, that is one thing we haven't got, like, there's a few, like there's a Callan character, there's like a Lelouch kind of like character, there's characters for a lot of roles, but there isn't a I forget her name, but there isn't the kind of maid from, I think it's Ashford Academy, is it? I might be getting my Ashfords mixed up there. I know I've been playing a lot of Resident Evil kind of recently, so this might be where the Ashfords are coming in. But I think it's the Ashford Academy. We haven't had like the maid that used to work for Lelouch. We haven't had her type of character yet, have we? The kind of, we see it in the top left with someone like with a couple knives. We haven't had her kind of like spy like type character yet, have we? Maybe we can look forward to that. I will say though, this is the case with quite a few openings. I've been listening to a song called Euro Euro, which I believe is an opening for Naruto. I didn't realize it was an opening for Naruto, but I love that song. The song's fucking amazing. And then I watched the opening, and the actual song is actually much better than the edit they done with the opening. I think it's the same with this one. Don't get me wrong, the opening version is good, but the full song is much better in my opinion. Whereas songs like I think it's One Day from Peace, I actually prefer the anime version. It's essentially the same, but just cut slightly differently. I feel like I have toothpaste around my mouth as well. Usually I have toothpaste like stuck here somehow, like under my beard, under my mouth, in my beard. Yeah. One thing I think we can all say for certain is this girl here, as much as I love her voice actor, she definitely doesn't have the same aura that Callan has, does she? Callan was, I don't know, there was something about the air about Callan, wasn't there? Because she also had like a very interesting, it's like backstory with her mum as well. I thought it was quite cool. Good job, Nina. Redemption. I like that. Now this is a good bringing back of a character right here. Like she kind of needed redemption. Don't get me wrong. Doesn't clear up everything, but again, they brought her back for a reason. She achieved that reason, and it's actually been quite good. As little as she's, as little time as it's been. So again, this is a character bringing back. I can get behind. Some other characters that we've seen from past seasons, it's kind of questionable as to their involvement, honestly. Why are you talking? If you don't care about our queen here, why do you keep talking to her? Yeah, good luck. You're incapable. Why you get so affected then? Just like ignore her. Though that girl does definitely not take. She does not. She's not the type of girl to ignore people, is she? She's not the type of girl to be mature and just overlook something said like that, is she? This tanned girl. Handsome man as well, isn't he? He's the one who executed him. If you're still alive. Did I say Dr. Einstein?
どちらに状況が転ぼうとも即時対応できるように体制を整えておくだけだ。これまで以上に北海道側と密に連絡を取れ。そのための堺だ。
Or fan service.
してるね。おはようございます。
Quite amazing, isn't it? How she hires those massive boobs. Like, unreasonably amazing. How can you ever hide boobs that big? Like, if that is possible, fuck me. She must hurt like hell. Women's boobs are quite tender, so having, like, going from that to just flat, like, fucking hell. There must be, like, a better way, like an optical illusion type of way or something. Or maybe she should, like, wear, like, a fit suit, if that's a thing, to, like, have like, six-pack and big arms, because then she can have a big chest without it being suspect. Not that this matters. I'm just saying, like, incredible that she's hiding those. Man that killed your father. Like, again, if this was me, if I was, this is a very weird situation. Don't get me wrong, but would I ever be able to forgive the person that killed my father? Probably not. Like, unabashed. Is that the word for it? Like, I don't think there could ever be anything that could make me forgive the person that would kill my father. Not she obviously hasn't yet. We know that. We had a slight, she had a slight release of her feelings towards him earlier on in the season. Just my lord. And yeah, it wasn't good, of course. She still hates him, I'm pretty sure, and such. But I'm hoping it's. Maybe I'm not hoping it's the case that she doesn't forgive him, but that'd be the most realistic, I think, right? Since now. Oh, this lady's probably soon on the list, right? To get killed. I mean, I don't think there's much point to killing this woman, but I don't know, I just feel that way.
ナタリアもお変わりなく。
そういえば最近うちに猫ちゃんがやってくるようになりました。
猫？
はい、とっても寝坊さんのお騒がせ猫ちゃん。美人さんで育ちは良さそうなのですけどね。
今度会ってみたいです。
ぜひ。
そういえば、あなたが寮内で行っている特別区制度のお話聞きました。日本人の保護をしていただきありがとうございます。
そんな恐れ多い。
いずれ国内に同じ制度をと考えていますが、今の私にその力はありません。ですが、やれることはやる。少しずつでも変えていく努力をする。それが誰かの願いや喜びにつながると。
Fuck's sake.
ご了解です。
Apologies, guys. Oh, no. Good job, me. I was like, oh shit, I forgot to turn the music back on, but I didn't. Thank God.
生きていたのならなぜ連絡をよこさなかった？
Why are we still? While these guys got no intention of shooting each other. If she had any intention of shooting him, she would have shot him by the time he got his gun out. Yeah, that's what I thought.
軍に戻れとは言わない。だが、敵対するのはやめろ。今なら私の力で国外へ逃がすこともできる。ブリタニア共和国へ亡命することも。
県外に？
I was gonna say, I'm not sure running's gonna help too much. One, they're in a tunnel. Two, they're fucking probably miles away.
どうぞどうぞ。
Dozo. Got a nice ride, actually.
許せないか、ノーランドが。それとも自分自身か。
両方だ。
前にも言ったはずだ。スメラギ15の死はお前のせいではない。自ら事実を曲解するな。お前はスメラギ15を殺してはいない。
Surely he'd know if he was.
罪滅ぼしのつもりなら無意味だ。
How do you not know if you'd done that?
近い。
Perhaps it was a thing of like he pulled the trigger on a gun, but he actually had like something implanted in his head or something. I don't know.
ノーランドの下ではなくとも。
Haven't seen it, so.
これが最善だと判断した。お前も知っているだろう。ブリタニア帝国崩壊後、一見平和に見える世界の陰で起きていたのは猛烈なブリタニアバッシングだ。
Understandably.
暴力、強盗、差別、リンチ。そしてラベンダーホームからも被害者が出た。私とお前がいたあのホームの
I mean, that's awful, but it's,
私は誓った。
you could foresee that happening,
あの子たちの安住の地を作るまで
considering all that happened.
力を尽くすと。
But it doesn't excuse it, as that's pretty horrible. That's the thing with people nowadays, like, especially against like white people seem to be like very racist and such against white people. Yeah, they don't see that they're actually doing what they done in the past. So yeah. Why have you? Yeah, fucking put the guns down already. I didn't know. I did quite like this red-haired woman.
あの人は殺していない。
She's pretty cool.
ノーランドの養子って。
Not gonna lie to you guys, I've got no idea who Norland is. Might just Google it quickly. That's the thing with this. Like, there's so many new characters. Like, so many new characters. It's like, I'm already bad with names anyway. It's actually quite hard to keep up with who's who. I'm pretty good for the most part, but like, who the fuck's Norland? Chinese. Norland. Who the fuck's Norland then? Which one's he? Oh, this guy. Yeah, you know what? I'd like to see that. I would like to see that. Okay, that's Norland. Like I said, we haven't actually seen too much of that guy, actually. So I guess that makes sense. But yeah, again, a few of the names I have to look up every now and then because, again, I just not too familiar.
あの人は殺していない。
Apparently not.
ノーランドの養子
So someone did mention that they could possibly be brothers, Norland and this guy, but Norland and Ash, but it looks like he's actually his son. Yeah.
まあちょっと待て。お前たちの餌はこの後だ。たく、後だって言ってるだろう。できたぞ。テーブルの上を片付けてくれ。
It's a lot to chew, isn't it? It's a lot. So there's a lot to chew. 12 episodes, and we're introduced to almost as many characters as was in the original season. Maybe more characters in terms of like on the fight back kind of front of things, and like the rebellion. We were introduced to quite a few characters who had their own backstories and their own motivations, which we saw quite a lot of. And they all had a similar motivate. They all had the same motivation, of course, but again, they all had their own kind of separate backstory and such as well. Like I said earlier about Callan, we haven't really had that too much with a lot of the rebellion kind of members in this show, and I'm not sure we will, because again, it's only 12 episodes, so it's a lot to bite off, kind of introducing this many characters who we're supposed to be rooting for. I'm really root for, but again, a lot of them we don't actually really know. They're just kind of surface level, like as I said earlier, comparing Callan, just like your usual ace. And we don't really know much else about the ace, other than that she's the ace, and she's got a really awesome voice actor. So yeah, maybe they're just trying to do a bit too much. Oh god. What the fuck? So, yeah, what's this? They used Geass on him? So he's affected by Geass right now. Whose is it? This is a brutal scene right here. Jesus. This is like someone from Saw. I think it's going to cut away. You guys know I'm a big horror fan, so I wouldn't mind if it didn't, but it probably should cut away. Oh, even so, just the implication of what's going on here is horrific. Who is this doing it to him as well? So yeah, he's affected by Geass. We see it in his eyes there. Oh, I guess he was. Oh, I see. He was one of the. Yeah, he was one of the guys from. I was on the control panel that Rozé commanded, I imagine. Who is this? What a weird thing. What a weird. What a weird thing. Like your thing is having glasses that extend out and poke people's eyes out. What a weird thing. I mean, I guess it's pretty good torture wise, but like, can you really see what you're doing? If he enjoys it that much, you can't even actually see what he's doing. He's just looking into the guy's eyeballs. Yes. Oh, how do what? How do Sakura Haruya? So is that why I was always confusing? I mean, they look the same. They look almost exactly the same. But is that why we were confusing Sakura with Rosé's sister? Like in the first episode only. Luckily, someone told me. But if they didn't tell me, I'd still be thinking they were sisters till this episode. Yeah, I guess they are not sisters because this is actually her last name here. Haruyana Ginomiya. Wow, that's almost like 4 last names by itself. Sakura, let's try and get this. Sakura Haruyana Ginomiya. Haruyana Haruyanagi no Miya. So let's see how he says that.
そうであろう。春柳の宮桜。
Haruyanagi no Miya. Sakura. Okay. And I'm just going to skip the ending. I'm not a big fan of the ending, honestly. Visuals are quite boring. We have an end scene. I'm pretty sure we usually don't have end scenes, do we? Might have had like a teaser one in the previous episode, but... Oh, okay, so we're back at that house. I guess that's the red-haired lady's mum. There's Ash. A nun. Again, that is a very interesting point, isn't it? Which I did speak about earlier. Oh shit. Is the guy killed them all? Someone seemed very happy about them all being killed. I think we see this guy in the opening as well, don't we? This guy here. I mean, he looks slightly similar to the that guy I googled earlier. Do we know who this is? Sure. So this was perhaps set up by the Britannians as well. This revenge from the Japanese was actually set up to create another conflict on the Britannia side of things. Is that what it's hinted at here? Like they lost, but they had to kind of create another way to kind of attack, if that makes sense. They had to create another means for war and to attack the Japanese again, and that was in kind of revenge for the Japanese killing their comrades. I mean, that would make sense. And you see that a lot of I think you see that in America quite a bit, don't you? I see that everywhere, but about like things being set up. You could say like the Donald Trump situation is a whole controversial topic, but you can't lie. That is a kind of, that almost seems like way too good to be true for Donald Trump. Like it's just like the perfect kind of thing to boost a campaign, if that makes sense. Things like that, like the perfect kind of chance, like something you have something terrible happen to your own side and do something terrible to your own people and to yourself, so that you can create a conflict that you think would benefit your people in the long run. And it seems like that's what the case is here. But again, I did find it quite interesting. It's a shame that that's not the case, but I did find it quite interesting about the whole Japanese people getting revenge on the Britannians anyway, because again, you see that today. It's not really so much like revenge and such, but you see a lot of like reverse racism. People say that's not a thing, but reverse racism is very much a thing. I think you're pretty stupid if you think that's not the case. But you see that a lot nowadays. A lot of white girls, white men get kind of picked on for being white and such. And again, obviously that happened there to the extreme degree in the past. Don't get me wrong, it's very mild nowadays. It's just talk, and people could ignore talking, so it's not really an issue. But again, that was obviously an extreme in the past to black people, especially in like America and Britain, for example. And obviously nowadays that, well, obviously there's always going to be racist people out there, but you don't, it's not a problem that people are racist to like white people and such, and like people are absolutely fine with doing it. And it's kind of like you don't really see the ironicness of you doing that when your people kind of suffered so much and fought so much for you to get past that, and now you're the ones kind of perpetrating that, and obviously there's no repercussions. I don't know, I just, there's something very funny about that. A lot of people probably disagree with me about that point, but I do kind of stand where I stand on that. I think it's yeah, just quite ironic and stupid, to be honest with you. But yeah, pretty decent episode today. It was a pretty chill episode, no fighting or anything, of course, but a lot of interesting little points brought up about Ash, him being the son of the kind of main leader. Again, I forget the guy's name, We really, he never really speaks, so he's not too much of a presence, honestly. This guy, you know what they're trying to do with him. He's like the quiet kind of overlooming presence, but we don't know fuck all about him. That's the thing with a lot of characters. I mentioned earlier about the new ace pilot. I know fuck all about her. She's on the side of the Japanese. She's the ace pilot. What else do I know about her? She's got a great voice actress. And nothing else. I know nothing else about her. Whereas again with Callan, we got backstory about her mum and such, and she was much more focused on. We saw her during her school days and such. Like we had so much time with a lot of characters, even like side characters that people didn't really like Rolo, for example. We had a lot of time to explore them. Whereas this is 12 episodes, and it just feels rushed in a sense of like maybe they should have scaled it down a bit. I'm not sure how you can scale down like two nations going at it. Like it's almost impossible to do. So maybe they shouldn't. Yeah, that's a hard one because these problems are almost like impossible to solve. So it's like it's fundamentally flawed from the get go that it was 12 episodes. Like they should have. Well, they wanted to do movies, so yeah, they should have made the series longer. But you just can't explore in detail all these characters to degree that you want. Like you can't have a Callan character in this. It's just got to be like Rozé, the main villain, the princess, and that's about it in terms of like character exploration. So bit of a shame on that front, but yeah, I think it was quite subtle as well in the original series, like these like Callan backstories and such. I say subtle; it was very heavy. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of them were quite subtle and added a lot to the character without you kind of even really thinking about it too much. But yeah, bit of a shame, but again, pretty decent episode today. Looking forward to seeing what we've got next week. I like the red-haired woman today. I thought she was pretty cool, as little as we did get of her. I knew that I would like her quite a bit, but she brought up again some very interesting stuff with the whole Britannians kind of getting killed by the I keep trying to say Nihon, but it's just like that's just the way Japanese say Japanese, isn't it? But yeah, again, do let me know what you guys thought in the comment section. Leave a like on the video if you guys said like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. I'll be back next week with episode 7, so I'll see you then, and have a good rest of your day, guys.